Hey, deserving listeners, Darcey and Stacey, let's watch.
Last night after we left the beach, Georgie was very silent. He was closed off. I feel bad personally because this was supposed to be a bonding time as family, not drama. I want us to be happy in this relationship. I want it to be right and feel right. I mean, we were in a good place, and now we're kind of backtracking.
Okay, so any personal responsibility? Like, I feel bad because I should have stopped Michael, because I could have at any point. Darcey could have said, Michael, no, stop. Like, at any point, because Michael's whole thing was, I'm sticking up for you goddesses. At any point, Darcey could have said, Michael, stop. But nothing that we saw. So, are you sorry about that? Are you sorry for riling up your friend and inviting him over? Are you sorry? Like, all I'm hearing is, I'm bummed out because there was drama that you created, Darcey. And Michael, you were the catalyst to the drama. So are you remorseful?
And that's not a good feeling for me.
Okay, this is going to say a lot about who Darcey is. We've seen a lot of scenes to help us know who Darcey is. We are essentially our behavior, right? That's our personality. It's our tendencies. It's how we interpret things. It's our moral compass. It's our empathy. It's our ability to see past our own noses. So a lot is going to be revealed to us. And the fair thing, as I said, is for Darcey to say, Georgie, I'm so sorry. That was completely unfair. Of course it's okay that you keep money in your sock. Of course it's okay that you're in debt. I wish you weren't, but you are. And, a lot of people are in debt. And we'll work on it together. And I should have stepped in with Michael. You were bullied for no reason. It was a good thing you left. And I'm so sorry that he traumatized you in that way. And of course, when I've been accusing you of being a gold digger this whole time, that was unfair too. And because a friend of a friend of a friend said that they heard you say something, and we never even got confirmation. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for reaching out to your ex-wife and believing everything she said, even though you refuted everything that Jesse said when Jesse reached out to you, or when you reached out to Jesse. I'm sorry for never taking responsibility. I'm sorry for accusing you and making you feel like everything was your fault. Let's see what she says.
I made some bagels.
I'm not hungry.
You hungry? You want to talk?
Talk about what?
I don't know. Last night.
So on the scale of things, it's not a terrible opener. But if you're Georgie, you're like, talk about what? Because I'm sure Georgie does not think this is going to go well. I'm sure he is like, I'm going to get blamed. This isn't going to go well for me. I'm sure this is going to be my fault. So I don't want to talk about it. I'm guessing that's where he's coming from.
I'm tired to be in a relationship with no one there, only you. And when you turn your back to me, I feel so lonely. It's no first time.
Yeah. So now the one saving grace here is that Darcey might go, well, he's opening up, and that's what she's wanted. I think he's been he's definitely not an open person, but he can be emotionally vulnerable and will take responsibility for things. And so it's not like he never opened up in the ways that we would hope someone would. But anyway, so the one saving grace is by him leading the way with vulnerability, this will provoke tenderness from her. That'd be my hope.
With your friends in Connecticut, now these friends, it's exhausting.
I feel like I understand where Georgie's coming from. I should have defended him and turned the heat down.
That occurs to you, however, later, the next day? It doesn't occur to you in the moment that you should have defended it. Turn the heat down. How about telling your friend to, just leave? You don't come in here and talk to my boyfriend this way. What's wrong with you? You have no idea what you're talking about. Money in socks? He puts money in a sock. Big deal. He has credit card debt. Do you think people choose that? Do you think people are like, yay? It's hard. He's not well off financially. He's not a Ray Allen. Okay. You think you should have defended him?
But I didn't. I was just so stunned. I didn't know what to say, and I didn't know what to do.
So if that's true, then I get that. And I was thinking about that at the time. I was like, well, the one saving grace here for Darcey is that she's so terrified of what's happening and scared of Michael that she doesn't know what to say, which I would understand, especially if Darcey could demonstrate, look, I was freaking out and I was scared. Like I thought violence was going to happen and I didn't know. And so I completely let you down. I would get that if she could convince me that, not that she has to convince me of anything because I'm just a viewer watching a show, that she was significantly in distress, in which maybe she was.
That was a bit of a fail on my end. And I'll own that. I just don't.
It's an understatement. As a bit of a fail. I riled up my friend who proceeded to bully you and threaten you. And I didn't do anything. In fact, I told you to be quiet. That's a bit of a fail.
But I wish that I defended him. I don't want to treat you that way. I want to respect you. I will continue to work on the things I need to work on for myself to continue healing. And there's just nothing I can do or say to take back what happened last night.
So we heard a lot of detail in a one-on-one interview that I presume happened weeks, months later than this scene. But if we just go off what Georgie heard, let's rewind it and let's cut out. I'm going to cut out what Darcey said in the one-on-one, because sometimes when you're watching the show, you're like, oh, Darcey, of course. But if we just listen to what Darcey said, it's not enough.
I don't want to treat you that way. I want to respect you. I will continue to work on the things I need to work on for myself to continue healing. And there's just nothing I can do or say to take back what happened last night.
So I hate to say this, but there's a line that you cross in my book, and it's just my opinion, where you start to get into abusive cycle, where you do things that are abusive or hurtful, unfairly, overreactive, and then you kind of apologize later, but not really apologize, right? Like a real apology is like, that was mostly my fault because I riled him up and I didn't do anything to stop him, and it must have felt really bad, and that loneliness feeling you talked about, that's essentially all my fault. I'm so sorry. That's an apology, right? But that's not what she's saying. What she's saying is, I don't want to treat you like that. So that's good. If that had more to it, I mean, it's definitely a good thing to say, and it's in that ballpark. And I want to respect you. Okay, good. I'm glad that you want to respect me. Like, it's not that's pretty much bottom of the barrel right there. But let's rewatch this.
But I wish that I defended him. I don't want to treat you that way. I want to respect you. I will continue to work on the things I need to work on for myself to continue healing. And there's just nothing I can do or say to take back what happened last night.
So I'm going to do everything I need to do to continue healing. Okay, good. But what does that have to do with you treating me like crap? And there's nothing I can do to take it back. That's what abusive people say, because they're essentially saying, look, get off my back. There's nothing I can do to take back what happened. It's not the vibe she's giving off, but it's an interesting usage of words, right? That, look, there's nothing I can do to take it back. There's nothing I can do to take back what happened. So I don't know what else to say. There's a lot of things you could be saying. There's also a lot of things you could do to make up for what happened. You can go to Michael and say, hey, that wasn't okay. Or the things that he said, or there's a lot of things you could be doing besides just going, look, I'm going to heal. It's another interesting thing that she goes to herself. I want to respect you, and I'm going to heal from what happened. What does that have to do with it? And I think what she's saying is, look, you did a lot of things to me that I distorted into harmful things to me from what we saw on the TV show. I could never know. Maybe behind the scenes, Georgie is a massively horrible jerk face. I don't know. But what we saw on the TV show, there was like one scene where he was like mildly annoying, to Darcey. And when they were cooking something, he was just like, get off my back, that kind of stuff. You're always in my stuff. Or I can't remember what he's saying. And it wasn't cool. He was legit being mean. But when you stack it up next to all the other things, anyway, so it's interesting that in her personality that she goes to, well, I'm going to still heal, and there's nothing I can do. Yeah, I think that says something.
I get it. Michael came in hot. I understand that. But Stacey and I know him. That's, he's protector mode, like my brother. My brother would have been the same way, I think.
Protector mode, too. If somebody come and hug with me,
sure.
First time meeting me,
yeah,
is disrespectful.
So problematic. So for Darcey to frame it as, well, he's just like a brother. He's protecting me. That's not what happened. What are you protecting? What was Michael protecting? What is wrong with Georgie? What has Georgie done to you that Michael needs to protect you from? That's not what happened. What happened was you, Darcey, have been harmful to Georgie and berating him and getting other people to yell at him, including Stacey and including Michael. So this frame of like, well, he's just really protective. He's in protective mode. That's, I mean, no.
Talk this way. You talk with your friends about the bad things in our relationship. You never share the good things. And that's why they start
Just share the
hating me.
good things. I'm not trying to paint you out to be a bad boyfriend.
But that's
Complete lack of responsibility. Yeah. Georgie he doesn't even know because, or maybe he does because he watched season 2 and now they're in season 3. But that's true. That is a factor. But that's not the driving force. The driving force is Darcey is distorted based on her relational traumas. Darcey doesn't wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to become distorted. But so he's telling the truth. You talk crap about me to everyone else. You don't say good things about me. And so, of course, everyone's going to hate me. And then apparently one person decided they want to bully me for no reason. So that's the problem. And then Darcey gets defensive. I don't only say bad things about you. I mean, we could rewatch the scene, but did Darcey say anything good about Georgie to Michael? I mean, maybe she did, but clearly what Georgie is saying is a factor for sure.
Last night, I was defensive. I get stormed off. I was upset because in the end, how she's expecting to be in a good situation with someone when a couple nights ago, she's talking bad stuff about me. If you never say something good to your friends, how are you expecting your friends to like me?
I just want you to know that I'm sorry for not having your back.
Okay, good. There's a lot more apologizing that needs to be done. And you just see how it's hard for her to say that, right? Even in the one-on-one interview, it's like hard. And I talked about this before, that when we have no self-esteem, it's really hard for us to apologize, because to apologize is to admit fault, and to admit fault admits that you have faults. And when you think you're inherently flawed and worthless, it's hard to pile on more faults, and you'll resist. And I'm pretty sure that's where it comes from.
all right, but I don't want to talk about this and talk over and over again. I hope it's the last time we have this conversation about this. And I don't want to have a couple months later the same conversation again.
I don't want to be like that with you. I want to be in your arms leaning back. But sometimes I feel like if I fall or lean back, are you going to catch me?
Okay, I'll give her that too. I don't think that's Georgie's fault. I think that that's other people's fault before Georgie, but I get that. And the key is to understand, I know a lot of you do this, a lot of you say, it feels like I can't trust my partner, but I know that I'm distorting based on my past traumas, and so I have to be differentiated around that. Is Darcey differentiated around that? Can she say, I feel like you're not going to catch me, but maybe that's just me imposing past relationships on you instead of me actually evaluating your behavior?
That's why you should know these things. You should trust me then.
You gonna catch me?
Of course, that's why you need to trust me. You need to be comfortable. If you fall,
Let's try now. I know. Let's try. Catch me.
what?
Catch me. You ready? Ready? I want to fall.
Just fall.
Okay, what I will say is, they're putting it into physical behavior, something that's emotional, and it is something that we can do. It in therapy, we sometimes do this. We call it dance movement therapy, or there's other forms of therapy. Satir, Virginia Satir, one of my not mentors, one of my idols in therapy, and would do stuff like this. And also, I will commend Darcey for making it into something that is positive, something like, okay, let's do it, show me, and as a way of formalizing the trust, which, could be helpful.
Are you gonna catch me?
Trust me.
Yeah. That was like half a catch.
You break something.
Yeah. But you did catch me. I just have a.
I mean, I will say he almost dropped her, which would have been ironic, of course. But if you're Georgie, okay. I think he was trying to play nonchalant, like I'm a tough guy and I can catch you. I can catch you with one arm. It's like, okay, yeah, you probably could, but there's balance and stuff. And what if she didn't anyway? It's a close one.
I just have a request, and I really feel like it'd mean a lot to me if you and Florian can go hang out with Michael today. Maybe go to the Everglades. Stacey and I were talking.
What? So on the heels of bullying and abuse, you're going to ask him to hang out with, your boyfriend, to hang out with the guy who bullied you for no reason last night that was totally fueled by things that I said. And that's, okay, so how could you possibly make this okay? You would say, I told Michael he was wrong. I told him to not yell at you. If he yells at you, feel free to walk away. Something along those lines would maybe make it kind of okay. And of course, if you're Georgie, you're like, because if you're rational and you're Georgie, you're like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't like that guy. He's a bully. He's gonna try to fight me. But Georgie probably knows, well, if I don't agree to do this, I'm going to be the bad guy. I have to be perfect. I have to do everything that everyone tells me to do, or else I will be rejected.
About it and thought it'd be a good idea for you guys to go together and bro it up. Stacey and I talked, and we both agree that Florian and Georgie should meet up with Michael and spend the day together so they can.
I hope, Darcey, you went to Michael and said, don't ever talk to my boyfriend like that again. What you did last night was completely out of line. I'm glad that you're trying to protect me, but that was completely out of control. You threatened him with violence. You told him, never do that again to my friend. And I want you to go meet up with him and apologize. If she said anything along those lines, maybe it's okay. But so what we're hearing is that after that horrible event of Georgie being bullied for no reason and Darcey saying nothing, prior to her apologizing to Georgie, which was, I'm going to give it on the apology scale, like a 3 out of 10, honestly. It was there, but it was not commensurate with the problem, particularly given the history of her behavior towards Georgie. Prior to apologizing, she talks with Stacey and says, I think it'd be because, this is all in the same conversation. She had the 3 out of 10 apology and then says, I want you to hang out with Michael. And so before that apology to Georgie, she and Stacey said, I think that Michael should hang out. What? Why?
And kind of just hash it out and smooth things over. I feel like.
So if I had heard that from another cast member or didn't know Georgie or Darcey, then I would think, okay, Darcey has said that before. She has said last season with what her friends, well, I really just want Georgie to, just to hash things out. What that means in reality is I want my friends to bully my boyfriend for me on my behalf, and I will do nothing because that's what I want to see happen.
Michael's in our lives, and it's very important for them to learn to get along and talk things out. Would that be okay?
Okay, it's good for if Michael is a good friend, which we haven't seen yet, but okay, if Michael's a good... Georgie did almost everything perfect. He had every reason to go off on that guy and didn't. He was hurt and walked away. He was a real human being. Michael was completely out of line. Now, you could argue that he was going off of completely false information. I don't think that was entirely it, but... So, according to what you're saying is... they need to learn how to get along. I think Georgie knows how to get along with people.
It's just a request, but
I don't know. I guess I'll do this for you.
I'm not very excited about the fact that I need to spend the day with Michael. But in the end, I'm gonna do this for Darcey.
Yeah. Why would you want to? Before, I would have said, well, you got to do what you got to do. But now it's starting to get into abuse territory where someone is abused emotionally and been threatened by multiple people that Darcey has sicked on him. Do people still use that term? I'm going to sick someone on you. I'm going to, dog, sick friend, So he is in that situation, and so he doesn't want to hang out with Michael, but he feels like he has to because he knows the consequences if he doesn't do everything that he's told.
Even though I came in hot last night, if I have to, I can take the high road and be the bigger man and apologize first. However, I don't want to.
Okay, you can apologize first and only because no one else did anything wrong. So how about that? You threatened someone, and then he was like, okay, come over here, let's go. So you threatened someone, one, for nothing. So you could take the high road and apologize for something that you did. But then, I don't want to. Okay, so then why are you there?
Come on, guys, we're here. Let's get past this. Last night was nuts. We all had hot tempers.
No, just you. And this is what abusive people do. Look, things were said on both sides. No, it was recorded. We saw it. It was all you. It was all your fault. You came in hot, argumentative, accusatory about him putting his own money in a sock. That was your data point. Money in a sock, and he has credit card debt. And you're going to beat him up because of that. And that's not treating his sisters like goddesses. Because he put money in a sock, and Georgie has previous credit card debt. Lots of people have previous credit card debt. So you threatened him. Then you told him to calm down. So let's move past this. Both, people lost temper on both sides. No. That is 100% not what happened.
But let's, think about the girls right now.
Take a look about yourself. Think.
You know what I'm saying? Let's humble ourselves. Let's put the bad vibes back, let them go, move forward. It's just vibes now, man. Just all vibes.
I cannot stand people like this. I'm just going to tell you. I know that's not a therapist-y thing to say. What vibes are you talking about? You were completely out of line, aggressive, threatening, criminally, I would say. If a police officer were there, I'm pretty sure they'd be like, that's potentially a charge. You threatened him, and there was no reason to be threatening him. You threatened to fight him. Is it a crime? I don't know, but it's in that direction. And so, and then they come back and say, hey, let's humble ourselves. How about you say, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have accused you. I shouldn't have yelled at you. I shouldn't have threatened you. I shouldn't have berated you. I shouldn't have attacked you. I shouldn't have done that. That's not humbling yourself. That's just admitting what you did was wrong. So to ask the victim. So imagine, let's just take an example. Jeffrey abuses someone and then says afterwards, look, hey, I'm just all about the vibe, man. It's just, things were said both sides, and let's humble ourselves.
To be honest, like I don't know you, you don't know me. I understand. I understand you come to protect your sister and this, I understand. But like they're different people. No,
What's up, G?
What's up?
You know, just I think about you. I have concerns still. You know,
I'm sure you do.
I'm on the fence. You know, with you and Darcey.
Just push him in. You have concerns? Thanks, pal. You have concerns. That I put money in a sock? You're concerned about that? That I have credit card debt? That's your concern? That's your concern?
It's disrespectful to come like judging someone if you don't know with them, first of all. And every relationship have a problem. Our problems in the past. And we come here in Florida, have family time, to have good time, spend good time, you know, and you just come disrespectfully, you just kind of a little bit.
I'm glad you voiced that, man. That means a lot. I appreciate you guys.
Okay, so I don't know. There's a part of me that was like, just wanted Georgie to be like, whatever, yeah, I'm all about good vibes. Let's just not ever talk to each other again. I don't know, but Georgie opens up. He's the first one to be real and to say, felt kind of bad what you did. And then Michael says, I appreciate that. Okay. Do you apologize? Do you recognize what you did?
I think you guys are cool. You know, if you want to move forward, let's do it, man. Let's start right here, right now. We don't have to be the bestest homies, but the girls want us to just, you know, coexist, you know?
Okay. So if you are a jerk face and you did jerk face things and you don't recognize your responsibility or don't want to take responsibility, then I suppose this is the best version of what you could do to quote unquote make up or get in someone's good graces or end the tension or something.
Sure, yeah, we do this for the girls.
All right.
I'm willing to put everything aside for Darcey, but if he come that hard on me again, I don't promise anything. All right, that's enough. Let's look some alligators.
All right, well, that does it for that episode of Psychology in Seattle. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.